The double-decker burger has been popularized by diners and burger joints across the country and even found its way into fast food. Let's build one that puts extra thought into all those layers. Today, we're making the ultimate double cheeseburger. Regular burgers not impressing your beef-loving friends anymore? Well, I think we have the burger to do it. This double burger piles on the toppings, but they don't overpower the two delicious beef patties. It also uses the classic club bun in between the patties to create a towering example of the ultimate double cheeseburger. This burger will be sure to impress the most particular burger aficionado.
Since we have a lot of items to sear and toast, we'll use a Blackstone griddle to maximize our cooking space. We'll start by cooking a diced yellow onion in some butter over medium-low heat and let that cook while we prepare more elements for this burger. It's always a good habit to season all the elements of your dish, including the onions. While that cooks, we'll make our middle bun known as the club bun. Use the bottom half from 4 buns and just shave off the brown side using a serrated knife. Don't throw that top bun away though. You can make some nice crispy sesame seed croutons out of it later. Smear some mayo on the cut sides of the club bun, as well as the cut sides of the top and bottom buns. Toasting buns with mayo makes for a nice golden brown that isn't too greasy. Periodically check those onions to make sure they're browning, but you don't want to let them burn. Toast the buns over medium-low heat and make sure to toast both sides of the club bun. Look at that nice golden brown. Now that's the kind of toast we're going for. Here we have 1.5 pounds of certified Angus beef ground chuck. This is about 80% lean, which is the best for making burgers, especially on the griddle. We will need to divide this into 8 even portions since we are making double patties. If you want to be a little extra, you could weigh each one out to 3 ounces exactly. Take each of the 8 portions and roll them into loose balls and set aside. Since the burgers will cook so quickly on the griddle, it's good practice to make sure all the toppings are ready to go and the buns are built. For the sauce, we'll make a red relish, which is basically sweet pickle relish and ketchup. It will add a slightly sweet tang to such a savory burger. Now that the sauce is made, we can prepare our buns. This is called doping the buns. Basically, this is having all of the elements down so when the patties come off the griddle, we can just construct the whole burger quick and efficiently. The build starts with a little mayo on the bottom bun and then some red relish on the next layer. Each layer will be constructed slightly differently for a little complexity of flavor. Top that with some finely shredded iceberg lettuce, and finally, the bottom layer will get some pickles. I like 3 slices for full pickle coverage on the bottom bun. Now for the club bun, we'll put red relish down first and omit the mayo. Now here's where those griddled onions come into play. Cooking them a little bit tames the harshness of the onion and brings out its natural sweetness. Using cooked onions rather than raw can definitely elevate a burger. For added crunch, top this with some more shreddis. Iceberg is the preferred shredding lettuce because it will stay crunchy even when a hot burger lands on top. Finally, hit the top bun with a little bit of yellow mustard for that mustardy tang. Now crank your griddle up to high heat and we can finally get cooking those burgers. Place all 8 portions of beef over the hottest spots on the griddle and get to smashing. Since this is a double patty, you want the patties as thin as possible. Having a pre-mixed salt and pepper blend makes seasoning easy because these burgers cook quickly and you'll have to work fast. Once the edges start to brown, it's time to flip the patties. Make sure to scrape up all that crust when flipping the patties. The crust is what we're here for. As you flip, start topping the patties with slices of American cheese. American cheese is great because it melts so wonderfully. Once the cheese is melted, it's time to construct. Place a patty on top of the pickles on the bottom layer, then on the shreddis of the club bun. Make sure to place the patties directly in the middle of the buns. This burger will be tall and you want it to be structurally sound. Now top that bottom layer with the club bun and patty and finally the crown of the bun. Now that's an impressively large double-decker burger. There are other double-decker burgers out there, but they won't compare to this. All the well thought out layering of toppings and the 2 certified Angus beef patties take it over the top. Because if it's not certified, it's not the best.
Oh, look at that. Now that's a double cheeseburger. This is awesome. We'll see you next time outside of the test kitchen.